This person is doing this to you with the help of a woman. Archangel Michael says, "My beloved, I come to you with a voice that cannot be silenced, for what is unfolding around you is far more dangerous than what your eyes can see. A hidden agreement has been formed. It is not one person working against you, it is two, bound together in a shadowy plan, with a woman's hand weaving the threads. There is a presence moving in your life that does not come with pure intentions. The steps being taken are disguised in familiarity, yet the energy behind them carries weight that does not belong to you. Someone, with the quiet alliance of a woman, is attempting to bend circumstances to your downfall. They have been careful. They have been patient. They have been moving silently, because the trap they desire to build cannot be obvious, it has to be cloaked, carried out in whispers, and executed in ways that leave no trace pointing back to them. Yet, heaven sees what they are hiding. The light shines on the shadows no matter how deep they bury themselves. And now, what was unseen is coming into the open, because you are meant to know the truth before it becomes too late. Type Amen 333 if you are ready for the shield of protection to cover you in this very moment. There is a man, one you may recognize as familiar in energy, and he has found an accomplice in a woman who carries secrets inside her heart. They are not working separately, their minds meet, their intentions align, and their combined effort is aimed at shifting what rightfully belongs to you. The woman plays a quieter role, yet her influence is sharper than a blade. This is not a matter of chance. The alliance they've formed is deliberate, designed to strike when you least expect it. The man cannot carry out his plan alone, so he leans on the woman's hidden abilities, her knowledge of things you are not aware she has access to. Together, they form a dangerous partnership. And though they have built this carefully, they underestimate one truth: divine revelation always arrives at the appointed time. The whispers they speak, the actions they take, and the intentions they nurture cannot remain in secrecy forever. Spirit always brings to light what is intended to remain hidden in the dark. Archangel Michael says once more, their work may seem clever, but it is unraveling even now. The more they plan, the closer they come to their own undoing. For what they aim to destroy in you will be the very trap that swallows them. Type Amen 444 to claim this word of protection over your life. Their movements have already left signs. Small inconsistencies around you, sudden changes in behavior, conversations that don't align with the truth, they all point to the subtle actions of someone operating with influence. The woman, though silent, is stirring the air with manipulation. She may appear supportive or distant, but either way, her presence is not innocent. She feeds energy into the scheme, guiding it like wind feeding fire. Without her, the man could not move as boldly as he has begun to. Her role is the anchor, yet she hides in the background so that all suspicion falls away from her. There is a spiritual urgency for you to become aware of this alignment. The woman's name may not yet be clear to you, but the feeling she brings will always give her away. When she is near, there is tension, an atmosphere heavy with pressure, as if the space becomes too tight to breathe. This is how you will know. This is how the signs will reveal themselves, by the very shift in energy that cannot be disguised, no matter how carefully words are spoken. The divine realm is alerting you, because what is meant to harm you will no longer have power once you stand in awareness. Type Amen 555 to receive strength against this hidden plot. Now, you must understand, this alliance is not only about what they can take from you, but about what they can break within you. They want to fracture your stability, to disturb your peace, to leave you questioning yourself. It is not merely material, they want your spirit weakened. The man brings pressure. He pushes in obvious ways, perhaps even aggressive at times. But the woman is subtler, slipping in through influence, pulling invisible strings, guiding him to act where it will strike you the most. Together, they are the storm rising against you. Yet every storm, no matter how violent, eventually exhausts itself. What they fail to realize is that the more they bind themselves in this darkness, the more they invite destruction upon themselves. Spirit is not asleep. The divine balance cannot be mocked. This is why you are hearing this now, not later, not when damage is done, but now, so you may align yourself with the shield of divine protection. With this awareness, you are already steps ahead of them. Their plan is trembling because truth has been spoken. Type Amen 222 if you believe your enemies will fall into their own pit. The movements of this pair are like shadows slipping through corridors, thinking no one notices, but heaven always notices. Their conversations may be in secret, their agreements whispered, but the air itself carries their words to realms they cannot control. Every step they take toward you in deception is already marked by the light of truth. You may have felt strange disruptions lately. Perhaps plans that should have flowed smoothly suddenly faced resistance. Perhaps connections that once felt genuine now feel strained, like there's an unseen weight pressing against your path. These are not coincidences, they are traces of the energy they've been stirring. The woman's role is crucial, because she is the hidden support, the one feeding knowledge and positioning the man to strike with precision. Without her influence, his hands would falter. But with her guidance, he moves bolder, convinced his plan is secure. This alliance thrives in secrecy, and secrecy is where it gains its strength. They believe that as long as you remain unaware, you will remain vulnerable. This is why the woman moves silently, never too close, never too obvious, because her safety lies in invisibility. But exposure has begun. The more they attempt to conceal themselves, the louder heaven speaks their names. Their steps echo louder now, not to them, but to you, so you can discern the truth before it manifests into harm. There are signs in their eyes, in the tone of their voices, in the sudden changes of their energy around you. A glance held too long, a word spoken with hidden sharpness, a presence that feels intrusive though disguised as care, these are all indicators the Spirit has placed before you. And as you begin to notice, they will grow restless. Their alliance depends on silence, but silence is collapsing under the sound of truth. Their unity is already fracturing, because trust built in darkness cannot stand when light strikes. Type Amen 777 to claim that their unity is breaking even now. They began their plan with confidence, thinking they could play with destiny. They thought their bond was unshakable, and their alignment gave them power over you. But destiny does not bow to manipulation, and your life is not a playground for schemes. The man depends on her more than he admits. He leans on her guidance, he takes her cues, he trusts her influence even above his own discernment. He sees her as the key to success, yet he does not realize that she is the very rope pulling him into ruin. The woman knows this. She knows the weight she carries in this alliance, and she enjoys it. Her satisfaction comes not only from the results, but from the control she secretly holds over him. She is not merely assisting, she is leading him where she wants him to go. But heaven says her control is limited. The moment truth breaks into the open, the entire balance shifts. What she thought she controlled will spin against her, and the very rope she holds will tighten around her own neck. Type Amen 999 if you believe her hidden control is collapsing. You are not without power in this. Even now, the awareness given to you is a divine gift. It means you are not left blind, you are not left defenseless, you are rising into clarity before the strike can fall. The alliance they share is not as strong as it appears. Beneath their smiles and hidden conversations lies mistrust, jealousy, and a hunger for more than what the other can give. It is only a matter of time before one betrays the other, because partnerships built on shadows cannot sustain themselves. The man may think he has her loyalty, but her loyalty shifts with opportunity. Today she aids him, tomorrow she may use him. Her heart is not steady, it is a restless force that thrives on manipulation. Archangel Michael says, "Do not fear their alliance. It is cracking. Soon they will not know whether to protect themselves or to betray each other, and in that moment, you will see the divine justice unfold." Type Amen 1212 to stand in the promise of divine justice. Their whispers continue, but the more they speak, the heavier the chains of consequence bind them. Every word carries weight, and heaven is recording. Every action carries energy, and that energy circles back to its source. They may believe they are clever, but already, their patterns are becoming predictable. Already, their behavior exposes them more than they realize. The woman thinks she hides well, but she has already revealed herself through subtle mistakes. You may remember moments when something about her words unsettled you. Times when her actions didn't align with what she claimed. These were not small errors, they were cracks in the mask she wears. And now those cracks are widening. The mask can no longer cover the truth. Soon, even those who stand around her will begin to notice that she is not who she pretends to be. Type Amen 2020 to declare her mask is falling at this very moment. The tension around them is rising. Though they try to move silently, their own steps betray them. Their energy carries a heaviness that cannot be hidden forever, and those attuned to truth will always sense it before words even confirm it. The man is growing impatient. His desire to see results is making him reckless, though he still thinks he is in control. But the woman is watching him closely, ensuring he does not move too soon, because her role depends on timing. Her whispers shape his actions. Her influence fuels his persistence. And yet, in her heart, she does not fully trust him, she only trusts what she can manipulate through him. This is why the alliance trembles already. It is not rooted in loyalty, but in need. And when need shifts, so too will her devotion. Type Amen 3333 if you believe their false alliance is shaking even now. You have been chosen to receive this revelation because heaven desires to strengthen you before any damage can manifest. This is why the warnings are arriving at this exact moment. Nothing in the spiritual realm is late, everything is revealed in perfect time. Their confidence is crumbling, though they do not yet see it. They believed they could work without interference, but divine interference has already begun. The sword of justice has been drawn, and the angels are standing between their hands and your destiny. The woman will begin to slip. Her words will reveal too much, her eyes will hold guilt, her behavior will falter. Watch closely, for the cracks will grow wider by the day. Archangel Michael says, I have drawn my line, and they cannot cross it. They may try to strike, but every blow will be broken against the shield I place over you. Type Amen 888 to call this shield into your atmosphere. The man does not realize how dependent he has become. At first, he thought he was the leader, the one in control of the plan. But slowly, the woman became his guide, his unseen authority, his voice of persuasion. Now he cannot move without her. He waits for her signals, he leans into her direction, he trusts her instincts above his own. And though he thinks this makes him stronger, it actually weakens him, it blinds him to her deeper motives. For she is not bound to him by love or loyalty. She is bound only by what she gains from the alliance. The moment she sees a greater advantage, she will shift, leaving him to collapse under the weight of his own actions. And that moment is approaching quickly. Heaven has set it in motion. Their trust in each other is already cracking, and soon, betrayal will be the end of them both. Type Amen 666 to declare betrayal is turning against your enemies. The spiritual realm is exposing layer after layer, and the more you listen, the more equipped you become. This is why the truth is flowing to you now, so that you are not caught unaware. You are being armed with foresight. The woman is cunning, but even cunning cannot outmaneuver divine timing. She hides behind soft gestures, behind subtle manipulation, but her true face is being unmasked. Soon, her disguise will not be enough to protect her. And the man, he is blinded by his reliance on her. He does not see that he has already handed her more power than he should have. He does not realize that the very hand guiding him is also preparing to betray him. Archangel Michael says, they thought their agreement was hidden, but nothing is hidden from the eyes of heaven. Their secret meetings, their plans, their whispers are already collapsing into dust. Type Amen 4444 to seal this collapse with divine authority. Even as they continue, exhaustion is setting in. For no one can fight against divine destiny and remain strong forever. Their energy drains, their minds weaken, their unity fades with every passing day. The woman will begin to feel the weight first. She carries the greater burden, because her role is more delicate. She must remain unseen, she must remain careful, she must remain silent, but silence always fractures under pressure. The man will sense this shift. He will begin to doubt her, to wonder if she is still on his side, to question the very alliance he depends on. Suspicion will creep in, and mistrust will spread like fire between them. And when mistrust enters a dark partnership, destruction is inevitable. They will tear each other apart with the same intensity they once aimed at you. Type Amen 1010 to claim their mistrust will be their destruction. The walls of secrecy are falling. The woman may try to cover her tracks, but it is too late. The divine has already opened the pathway for exposure, and nothing she does now can prevent what is to come. Her shadowed movements are being revealed one by one. Those around her will begin to notice, and the man himself will begin to doubt her intentions. The partnership they thought was unshakable will crumble into dust. And you, beloved, are being lifted above their storm. Their energy cannot touch you, their schemes cannot break you, their whispers cannot bind you. You are standing in divine light, shielded and secured. Archangel Michael says, "Stand firm, for the victory has already been written." What they thought would destroy you has only prepared your rise. Type Amen 333 if you believe your rise cannot be stopped. Their alliance is cracking louder than they realize. To them, it still looks intact, but inside the foundation, fault lines are spreading like fire through dry wood. Each word spoken in secret now carries suspicion instead of trust. The man begins to feel it first. He senses hesitation in her voice, a hesitation she tries to mask but cannot fully hide. The way she once guided him with certainty now comes with pauses, as if her loyalty is no longer whole. This shift unsettles him. He begins to press harder, demanding answers, seeking more control. But the more he presses, the more cracks he creates, because pressure has a way of revealing what people work so hard to hide. And the woman, though she tries to maintain her composure, feels the weight of exposure closing in. The walls of secrecy are thinning, and her mask is slipping. Type Amen 2222 to declare her mask will fall completely. You are being shown these truths now so that you will no longer carry confusion. What felt strange before will now make sense. Those sudden changes in energy around you, those uneasy feelings, were never random, they were signals from spirit. The woman's influence was designed to cloud you, to create fog so you would not see the man's hand moving. But heaven has blown the fog away. The air is clearing, and the sharpness of truth is breaking through. The man cannot continue in silence forever. His growing impatience will soon make him reveal himself. And the woman will no longer be able to contain the tension between loyalty to him and loyalty to her own hidden agenda. This is the unraveling. It has already begun. The moment secrecy begins to leak, collapse is not far behind. Type Amen 9999 to seal this unraveling over their alliance. Their energy will become frantic. What once felt calculated and calm will now appear desperate and uneven. They will scramble to cover mistakes, but in doing so, they will only reveal more of themselves. The woman, once the quiet architect behind the man's movements, will become defensive. She will try to protect her position, but defensiveness is louder than silence. In trying to cover, she will expose. The man, blinded by frustration, will not handle this shift well. His reliance on her was too deep, and now her faltering loyalty will ignite his suspicion. He will begin to turn against her, accusing her, doubting her, unraveling the very trust that kept them bound together. And so, what was once a united alliance becomes a battlefield between them. Their focus shifts away from you and onto each other. Type Amen 1111 to declare their battle will remove their grip from your life. Archangel Michael says, "Do not fear their movements, for their weapons are turning inward. What they built against you will now destroy itself. His voice carries authority, and with it comes a promise: their downfall will not be delayed. Already, the seeds of division are sprouting. Already, the roots of mistrust are spreading through their bond. What once held them together is turning into the very poison that tears them apart. The woman thought she was safe, hiding behind influence and silence, but now she is being forced into light. The man thought he was in control, leaning on her guidance, but now he sees she is not fully with him. This is divine justice unfolding, not through your hands, but through their own. Their collapse is not delayed, it is accelerating. Type Amen 5555 if you stand in agreement that justice is manifesting now. There is a turning point coming, and you will feel it in the atmosphere. Suddenly, where there was weight, there will be release. Where there was pressure, there will be calm. It will be the sign that the alliance has shattered. They will no longer have the energy to pursue you. Their own conflict will consume them, draining the power they once tried to direct at your life. What was aimed at you will backfire completely. The woman's role will be revealed first. Her hand will be seen, her whispers will be exposed, her influence will no longer be hidden. And the man, unable to accept her betrayal, will bring the rest of their darkness to light in his fury. What once felt unstoppable is already falling into ruin. Heaven is exposing, dismantling, and scattering the alliance before your eyes. Type Amen 1414 to declare the scattering of every plan against you. Their downfall will not come in silence, it will echo. Others will see, others will hear, and what was once hidden will be spoken openly. This is how exposure works: it does not stay quiet, it spreads until everyone knows. The woman will regret the choices she made, but regret cannot undo consequences. The man will blame her, but blame cannot save him. Together they will face the weight of the very schemes they set in motion. And you, beloved, you will rise untouched. What they meant for harm has turned into proof of your divine protection. What they meant to steal will return to you multiplied. Archangel Michael says, "Stand firm in your light, for no alliance in darkness can overpower the will of heaven." Their end is written, and your rise is secured. Type Amen 1717 if you receive this rise in your life. Equals. The cracks have become canyons now. The once steady rhythm of their hidden work has turned into stumbling steps. What they built together in whispers is collapsing under the pressure of mistrust and fear. The woman begins to fear exposure. Her movements become more cautious, but caution betrays her. Instead of hiding her tracks, she only makes them more visible, because every adjustment, every hesitation, calls attention to her. The man grows restless. He is no longer satisfied with her explanations. He demands clarity, he demands loyalty, and in his desperation, his voice grows sharper, his presence more unstable. And now their once silent alliance becomes loud. The tension between them cannot be hidden, and what was once an attack against you is now a war between themselves. Type Amen 1919 to declare their war will destroy their own plan. Heaven's justice does not miss its mark. Every whisper spoken in secret has been recorded, and now those whispers are echoing back against them. Every action aimed at you has become the very rope tightening around their own necks. The woman feels it first. The air around her grows heavy. She senses the shift, she knows the tide is turning, and fear begins to eat at her. But instead of retreating, she presses harder. She tries to push him into action, desperate to finish what they started. Her urgency, however, only exposes her more, making her hand undeniable. And the man sees it. The blindfold he once wore is tearing apart, and with it comes rage, not at himself, but at her. Type Amen 23:23 if you believe her exposure will be undeniable. The fight between them grows darker. What was once united against you is now divided against itself. They cannot sustain their alliance, because their foundation was never truth, it was manipulation and greed. The man feels betrayed, and betrayal fuels his anger. The woman feels cornered, and fear fuels her desperation. Together, they spiral downward, each pulling the other into deeper chaos. This is the moment heaven prepared you for, the moment their collapse overtakes them, freeing you from their grasp. What they once used against you no longer has power, because their focus is consumed by their own destruction. Archangel Michael says, "Stand firm, for the storm that rose against you is destroying itself." Their energy is spent, their power is broken, their end is here. Type Amen 25:25 to stand firm in this promise of justice. Their downfall is swift. The man's anger drives him to speak recklessly, and in doing so, he reveals the very secrets they swore to keep hidden. His words, once whispered in secrecy, now fall into the open like thunder. The woman cannot stop it. She tries to silence him, to calm him, to remind him of their pact. But his trust is gone, and with it goes any chance of her staying hidden. Their unity shatters completely. Each blames the other, each turns their weapon inward, and in their fury, the truth spills out uncontrollably. The alliance is finished. And you, beloved, are lifted higher. The divine has secured you, shielded you, and preserved you, and now you stand in victory while they drown in the chaos of their own making. Type Amen 30:30 to receive the victory that heaven has sealed for you. This is not only about their collapse, it is about your rise. Their downfall clears the path for you. The weight they tried to place upon your life is lifted, and in its place comes clarity, peace, and divine favor. The man will fade into silence, drained of his strength. The woman will lose the influence she thought she held, stripped of the power she once used in shadows. And their names, once bound together in secrecy, will now be bound together in disgrace. But your name is lifted higher. Your presence will shine brighter. What was meant to be your breaking becomes your breakthrough. Archangel Michael says, their season is over. Yours is beginning. Walk forward boldly, for no shadow can touch the light that surrounds you now. Type Amen 33:33 if you believe your season of breakthrough has begun. Even as their plan dissolves, blessings are being released into your life. Every loss they attempted to cause is being replaced with abundance. Every lie they tried to weave is being answered with truth. You are stepping into divine clarity. Your steps are protected, your energy is shielded, and your destiny is secured. No hand raised against you can remain standing. The alliance that once seemed dangerous is now nothing more than fragments of a broken scheme. Their whispers are powerless, their unity destroyed, their influence shattered. And now you walk free, guided, guarded, and lifted into the fullness of what was always meant for you. Type Amen 4444 to receive this freedom in your life today. Their silence is no longer silence, it is breaking into pieces. They cannot control the pressure anymore. Every attempt to hide the truth becomes another thread unraveling the fabric of their plan. The man's frustration grows heavier. His tone sharpens, his words cut, his presence no longer hides its darkness. He begins to expose himself simply by losing control, and those who watch him start to notice the change. The woman grows anxious. She was the quiet one, the hidden strategist, but now her mask is slipping. She cannot hold her composure when suspicion burns in his eyes and accusations fall from his lips. The atmosphere between them has shifted permanently. Where once they moved in agreement, now they are locked in a cycle of mistrust and blame. Type Amen 5050 to declare their mistrust is sealing their own downfall. The divine has already declared the end of their scheme. Even as they plot, the outcome is no longer in their hands. What was meant to rise against you is already crumbling beneath the weight of justice. The woman feels her grip loosening. She cannot steer him as before, her whispers no longer hold the same control. Her influence has been broken, her power drained, her secret role fully revealed. The man, desperate to maintain the plan, pushes harder, but every push only drives him deeper into destruction. He cannot move without stumbling, he cannot act without error, and his weakness grows obvious to all around him. Archangel Michael says, the rope they tied together is now binding them. Their unity has turned into their prison, and the keys are lost forever. Type Amen 6060 to claim this word over your life.